Yeah, I don't know how good my makeup looks right now because I just did it in the dark and I haven't checked what it looks like in the light. So here's hoping you don't hate my face through this video. Hi friends, it is Sam and welcome back to my channel. Now I am nearing my YouTube anniversary and I thought it was high time we started to get to know each other a little better. You know, learn some facts about each other. So I've compiled a list of 50 facts about myself so you can feel a little closer to your girl, so you can learn some stuff. And I hope I learned some stuff about you too. Comment a fact about yourself below and we'll find things in common with each other and be friends. Speaking of my YouTube anniversary, I am very close, as I'm filming this, to 500 subscribers. It would mean a lot to me if I was to reach 500 subscribers before the 28th of February. Then we could say that Sammy got 500 subscribers in a year, which is mind-blowing. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. I'll love you very much forever. So as I just said, I've compiled a list of 50 facts about myself for you to laugh at, for you to sympathize with, and for you to enjoy. So without further ado, I'm going to tell you some stuff. Fact number 1, I always have a song in my head. And about 30% of the time, that song is a Christmas song. That's right, year round, I get Christmas songs in my head and it drives me bonkers because as well as having songs in my head all the time, I also like to hum along to them. And I think no one appreciates it in June when I'm humming Merry Christmas. Fact number 2, I am a terrible listener. Now, I don't know whether this is because I lack empathy or sympathy or some sort of emotion that normal people have, but I just switch off when people talk to me sometimes. And I mean no offense by it, but I just stop listening. When I was little, my mum took me to get my hearing tested because she thought I had trouble hearing. My hearing was fine. I'm just a very bad listener. Fact number 3, I'm always thirsty. I just always need a drink. I finish a drink and I'm like, hey, that was a good drink. I need another drink. Or I finish a drink and I'm like, that wasn't enough drink. I need more drink. And I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know if it's a medical condition, but I just always need a drink. Fact number 4, my favourite season is spring. I'm not a fan of winter. It's too cold and it activates the eczema in my hands. Summer is usually too hot, although I'm starting to like it a bit more as I get older. Autumn is the lead up to winter, so spring, by process of elimination, is my favourite. It's when the days start to get lighter, it's when the cold starts to go away. It's just my bestest season. Fact number 5, I collect cat books. Books about cats, novels about cats. Usually fiction, but occasionally non-fiction. I have about 12 or 13 books about cats in my collection. Some of my favourites of which are the Alfie the Doorstep Cat series and A Street Cat Named Bob. Also, last year I read a book called something like The Adventures of the Travelling Cat and that was adorable. I just love books about cats, especially when it's written from the viewpoint of a cat. I love writing. I have always loved writing. I was always very good in my literacy classes when I was very small. And then I got a lot of A's in literature when I was in secondary school. I then took English in my A-levels, but it was too hard. It was too hard, so I quit. But I carried on writing novels on my laptop, and I continue to write novels to this day. I did self-publish a book when I was 17, I believe, but Looking back, I'm not particularly proud of it. It could have been so much better. There were plot holes, and I hope that one day I can publish a book without plot holes that everybody loves. Fact 7, as I just mentioned, I suffer with eczema in my hands. It's currently not awful, it's bearable, but apparently the Beast from the East is set to make a return to the UK this year, so I will keep you up to date on the state of my hands. It's not going to be fun. I've had my appendix out. I still have the scar. That wasn't fun, but the afterwards was fun when my dad came from Devon and gave me Beanie Babies, and I got presents, I got attention, and I got a cool scar to take home with me. I have also been hit by a car. This wasn't long after I had my appendix out, actually. I think I was 9 when I had my appendix out, and 11 when I got hit by a car. The back of my head smashed the windshield and I got concussion. Other than that, I was fine, but I got to ride in an ambulance, which was fun. I went to school with someone semi-famous. I don't know if you remember Skins. It's currently on Netflix, but it was a teen drama based heavily around drugs, partying and alcohol. And one of the characters in one of the final seasons was in my sister's year in our secondary school, and she went to our primary school as well. This was Pandora. Don't know if you remember her. She was a sweet character. We weren't particularly close to her, but we did go to a few acting lessons with her, which looking back is pretty cool. Fact 11 is my favourite flowers are tulips. I have on a number of occasions considered getting tulip tattoos, but I didn't know whether they looked too much like willies, so I'm still a bit on the fence about it. I'm sure my tattoo artist can come up with a design that doesn't look like a willy to me, but until then I'm gonna hold off on that idea. I love sprouts. I'm a huge veggie person, as you can probably tell from the broccoli earrings. I love vegetables, but sprouts and broccoli are 10 out of 10. I love them very much. And I don't get to eat sprouts very often because Jess doesn't like them, but when I do, it's just heaven in the mouth. I'm going grey. I don't know how bad my rootage is at the moment, but I'd say about a quarter to a third of my natural hair is grey. And not just grey, it's like white grey. It's Elsa grey. And I wouldn't mind this if it was just like particular patches like Rogue from X-Men, but it's just salt and pepper. Not a good look. Not a good look. I haven't eaten meat in 11 years. And no, I don't miss it at all. I can still remember the exact taste of pepperoni, but I can't say that I miss it. I went vegetarian when I was 14 and I regret nothing. I'm very happy with my decision. Very healthy, very nice. Thank you. I play a lot of PlayStation and my favourite game in the world is The Last of Us. I love it so much. I love Joel so much. Obviously I love Ellie, but she's the universal favourite and I don't always go for the universal favourite. I like an underdog. I love Joel. I feel like he needs a big cuddle. Story's amazing. Graphics are amazing. Everything's amazing. Can't wait for part 2. I'm scared of horses. Just, they're big and they got massive teeth that could just chomp your face off. They're just scary dudes, aren't they? They could kick you a mile. I'm not for it. I always do things in order. Now, I don't know if this is OCD or if I'm just very particular, but washing up, I do in order. I have to do my mugs, Jess's mugs, Mum's mugs, then glasses, big plates, little plates, then bowls, then cutlery. I also get ready for bed in order. I go to the toilet, I wash my face, I floss, I do my teeth, I go to the toilet again. Making tea, I have the mugs in a certain order. Showering, I do everything in order. I can't help it. Routine is my Jesus. I used to think that a dragon lived in my dad's downstairs toilet. I think this stemmed from watching him play Tomb Raider when I was really little and then going to the toilet. But for years, I would go to the toilet in the downstairs toilet, flush it, turn out the light and run. Because once that light was out, the dragon was coming out. I know, I need help. Ben Affleck is my favourite Batman. He's a great Batman. He's a handsome Batman. I love the effects and how he moves and everything. I have a picture of him on my wall. It's not... That sounds strange. No, I have artwork of him on my wall. Is that less strange? I don't know. I can't lie in. It's not fair. It's not just. It's not okay, but it's true. Between 7 and 8 is usually my wake up time and I cannot for the life of me get back to sleep. My nose is constantly running. I have a tissue in my lap for when my nose runs. I'm constantly sniffing through the raw file of my videos, so if ever you watch a video of mine and it looks overly edited, you now know why. I want more piercings, but I'm very scared. I would rather sit through an 8-hour tattoo than get a piercing because piercings really hurt. Okay, tattoos really hurt. I'm not going to deny that, but I cried when I got my nose pierced and it's just scared me off. Unpopular opinion, The Last Jedi is my favourite Star Wars film. Hate on. I love it. I hate lazy days. I'm very productive and I can't stand not being productive. Doesn't matter what it is. If I work, then that's productive, and work days aren't lazy days, so that's fine. But if I have a day off, I can't be lazy. I have to film or edit or write or draw. I just need to do something. I can't sit and watch films all day. I can't sit and read all day. I need to create something. I'm a very good cook. Since going vegan, almost 3 years ago now, I have flourished in the kitchen. My pies, my lasagna, my spag bowl. I'm just think of a chef. Why have all the chefs gone out of my head? I'm just like Nigella. I'm Sam Jella. That's who I am. I'm a chef. My dream is and always has been to be a professional hobbyist. So I've gone from wanting to be an artist to wanting to be an author to wanting to be an artist again to wanting to be a YouTuber. But I'd love to band it all together and just be creative. I sew and I write and I paint, and I feel like this year is the year my Etsy goes up, and perhaps I'd self-publish a book on Kindle, and I'd just love to make my living out of that. I don't like it when customers at work don't let me pack their bags. They ask for a bag, I collect the bag, and my heart sinks when they say I'll do it, don't worry. I'm like, but I'm better at it than you. And I just watch them do it, and there's stuff in their bag, and it just looks like Santa's sack about to explode. And I'm like, I could have done that neatly, I could have done that nicely. Apologise and let me pack your bag, please. I accidentally stole from Primark once. I was maybe 17 and I was in the accessory section. I felt a tug on my hood and I pulled, and I heard something fall on the floor, and I thought that was the end of it. I picked it up, put it back on the shelf. We paid for our things and left Primark. My then girlfriend took something out of my hood and said, "Did you pay for this?" And I looked at it and it was a hair grip. You know, the big clips. It was one of those, and I kept it. I'm not gonna lie, sorry Primark. This was like 8-9 years ago. I'm sorry. The next fact is a bit controversial, and I'm sorry if I offend anyone, but it's my personal belief and I haven't yet been swayed from it. I am an atheist. I don't believe in a higher power. I believe in what I see And that's nothing against people who do believe in God. You can believe what you want, and I love you anyway. I have road rage. I've not yet passed my driving test, which is probably a very bad sign, but I've beeped at a number of people, and I've gestured at a couple of people, and I don't know how awful my road rage is going to be once I've passed, but I get a bit cocky behind the wheel, and I probably need to sort that out. My favourite Robin in the DC series is Damian. He's the current Robin. He is the son of Batman. I love him very much. I have him tattooed on my body. Obviously I also love Dick Grayson, but I prefer him as Nightwing. Next fact. I have ridden in 2 emergency vehicles. As I mentioned previously, I have ridden in an ambulance when I got hit by a car, and the other time was when a friend got caught stealing in the shopping centre and the police car took us home. Obviously, I wasn't in trouble, I only accidentally stole once, but we got to go in a police car and that was very frightening, whereas the ambulance was pretty fun. I wanted to be in Ravenclaw before I was sorted, as you may have noticed, because I've got a few Ravenclaw goodies in my Harry Potter collection. This cushion used to be a Ravenclaw one, but I since sold it on Depop and replaced it with my true house colours. But yeah, I didn't want to be mainstream, so I chose Ravenclaw. But then I got sorted and I've since embraced the Slytherin in me. My Patronus is an osprey. When I rekindled my love for Harry Potter not too long ago, I took all the other quizzes on Pottermore. Obviously I'd already taken the Sorting Hat quiz, but I got sorted into my Ilvermorny house. I got my wand and I got my Patronus, and my Patronus is Birdie. I'm scared of the dentist. Now, I made myself go to dental appointments once a year, but last year I couldn't afford it, so I cancelled my appointment, and I haven't been since because I'm scared. I hate getting the bus. If I can avoid getting the bus, I will avoid getting the bus. I'm fit enough to walk, I'm young enough to walk, everything is walking distance. I feel like the bus is a colossal waste of money. Ariel is my favourite Disney princess. I have a tattoo of her on my leg. I love her so much. I love her voice, I love her songs, I love her hair. She's 10 out of 10. Another controversial one is that I don't like Halloween. The holiday itself is fine. The aesthetic of the holiday itself, good. However, I work in a sweet shop. And in a sweet shop, on Halloween, children come in their little costumes. And it's not the nice children either, it's the horrible ones. And they're like, oh, trick or treat. And you're like, no free sweets. And you just dread what they're gonna do, because they're awful. Usually it's fine, but it just grinds on me, you know? I always get my mum something for Valentine's Day. More recently, my sister has joined onto that list. But being our race, you still gotta appreciate the people you love. And I love my girls, so I gotta get them something for Valentine's Day. I'm a lightweight, I've never drunk very much, and when I did, it used to be WKD or fruit ciders, but get me on the Malibu and I'll be flat on the floor after 5 drinks. It's not ladylike, it's not graceful, and it's not good. But I'm cheap to go out with because it doesn't take me long to get a bit wild. I'm double jointed. I fractured my elbow when I was younger. I know. I've gone to the hospital a lot. I'm very accident prone. I also broke my wrist, but that didn't give me a double joint. However, this is what came of the fractured elbow. I can bend my arm the wrong way. Now, this next one may be the perfectionist in me, but before I realised my asexuality, I wanted to marry someone with a surname beginning with M. because then my initials would spell out my name, and I thought that would be the coolest thing ever. I'm still up for it. If you want to get married and your surname begins with M, but you don't want any kind of romantic relationship, fine, let's get married. My initials can be Sam. Next fact is, I don't like mushrooms. They're growing on me. I still put them in food. I chop them up very small so that I can't taste them. But each time I cook with them, I let them get a little bit bigger. I still wouldn't eat them on their own. And I still don't like the texture. But I'm a good girl and I eat my vegetables when they're given to me. I will never not find farts and burps funny. Farts and burps are absolutely hysterical. You know, I've burped several times in my videos, which if you're a regular viewer, you know. But yeah, it's just hilarious, isn't it? People passing wind. Funny. I very rarely get ill. I don't know if this is because of all the misfortunes that happened in my youth, but as an adult I've taken 3 sick days in 8 years of working where I work. So yeah, don't get ill. I only get colds and that's about once a year, but that doesn't count because colds don't stop me going to work. Fact number 46. I'd secretly love to model. Now, I've done a catwalking modelling thing once and I didn't enjoy it, but print modelling I would absolutely love to do. I am very full of myself, very vain, and I would like to see photos of myself looking pretty, and there's no shame in it. I'm gonna be a model one day, okay? Boohoo? ASOS? Anyone? If you're watching and you want a model, I'm here for you. Fact number 47. I find it very, very hard to praise myself or accept compliments. I'm getting better at it, but if someone tells me I look nice today, it makes me very awkward. I'll say thank you because I'm very polite. However, I don't know what to say after that. I know the conversation's over, but I kind of feel like I owe them something and I'm like... Some things I find a bit easier to accept compliments on, like artwork that I'm proud of or anything of that nature, but if I feel like I don't deserve the compliment, I find it hard to accept it. As I just mentioned, I am very vain, and I will unashamedly look at myself in the mirror for longer if I think I look nice. I'll pass myself in the mirror, stop, say, girl, you look fine. Fact number 49, which is kind of an add-on for one of my other facts, but it needs a fact all on its own because it's 10 out of 10, is I make the best roast potatoes. We've already mentioned that I'm a good cook, but potatoes need a whole other fact to themselves because my potatoes are just beautiful. Just call me the roast potato queen. And my final fact, which I've taken 43 minutes to get to because of bad lighting and dogs wanting to come in and out of the room and my back kind of giving up. But yeah, we're here, we made it. Fact number 50. I've only ever been hungover / drunk once, and that was a few days ago. You watched my hungover video. You knew I was hungover. However, that was the first time I've ever been hungover and it was awful. New Year's Eve, I got very, very drunk. I fell asleep on the floor. I then woke up to the midnight fireworks and threw up in a bucket. And I then decided that it was time to go to bed and I made Jess wash my face because I didn't want to go to bed with makeup on my face. Not one of my finer moments. The next day was painful. However, we learn, we live and we learn, and I don't intend to do that again very soon. So yeah, those have been 50 facts about yours truly. I hope you feel a little bit closer to me now. I feel closer to you now that I've told you all my deepest, darkest secrets. And I hope we can get to know each other a little bit better over the next year. As I said before, leave a fact about yourself in the comments and I will read through them. We'll get to know each other. If you enjoyed, please like, comment and subscribe Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time with another video. Bye!